bore you a little bit, then we can play. So just because we have to keep flying around. What time is it now? Does anybody know? 10:54. 10:54. So it's 10:54. Car company miss. It's 10:54.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go till about 11:15 ish. 11:10. So somebody give me a high sign. All right, you. So as we're driving here, as you know, Autumn was at Pittsburgh with me last night, and then the late night flight here. And as we were driving here, I was thinking, and I almost said it out loud. I was like, you know, because the world gets compressed, or the country gets compressed, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, I was in Pittsburgh, and now I'm in DC. I'm like, I feel kind of guilty. I didn't really tell any of the family that I'm kind of nearby. Oops. And then I was like, man, I really don't like them that much anyway. So this is totally fine. This is working for me. And there they are. I'm sorry that I'm so short, so that it's difficult to see. I'll try to walk around a lot. But really, you've already kind of gotten the most important parts of the message. You played the Super Saturday video, right? So you've got, you know, the real important stuff. And you've heard some success stories. Bonnie spoke, right? I mean, you got an amazing leader in this area. And the fact that, I mean, I can remember, I did a DC event like really early in the history of the business, and it was maybe one of these rows, like it was team, and you know, this is mind-blowing now, and in fact, the East Coast was slow to sort of gen up as part of what Team Beachbody was trying to be, but what you guys have done, and the fact that, you know, here on a cold Saturday morning, you get out here to celebrate what we're doing, how important things are right now, the, you know, Shakeology Cafe Latte coming. Let me see something. Just how many people, so what's the 9th, how many people are in the running to be a 366er this year? That's impressive. That's impressive. You know, it almost makes me want to come. You?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh. All right, quick story about him. So my dad is a stubborn guy and likes what he likes, and I take right after him. And we were at this family vacation right after we developed Shakeology, and we're sitting on a little beach looking at this lovely lake we go to every year. And I said, Dad, I've got something for you to try. It's this incredible health shake. It's like all the stuff that we don't like to eat. I mean, I learned how to eat salad from my father, which was iceberg lettuce, nicely, that you would sprinkle on top of a giant scoop of mayonnaise. And so that was vegetables for me. And so the advent of Shakeology to help a vegetable hater try to get a daily dose of nutrition was a really big deal. And it tasted good, and I was eating it, I was having it every day. So here I am excited, the sun is going to bring in a shake, and created, and I said, Dad, let me make you a shake. And he's like, I don't want it. Dad, it's an amazing thing. Now, Team Beachbody and Beachbody was pretty new. Like the whole concept is pretty new. Like, Dad, come on, just a sip. Take a sip of my shake. It's your son's shake. I don't want it. No, Dad, mine. Me. I'm talking about me. Me, my shake here. Not gonna try it. And then I think it was after maybe the first summit that you went to or something. And we were talking about it, and I said, wow, this is amazing. These people are so positive. I can't believe that you get so many positive, fantastic people together, and they're all talking about this shake and everything. I've really got to try that stuff. Yes, Dad. But I'll tell you one thing. You should all really feel indebted to him and Sharon, his wife, that any customer service or fulfillment problems that we have, he tells me about first. So we're always on top of it because I don't want to call from Dad. But I am really lucky, and this business is an extension of, I think, a bit of genetics. And, I come from, my father's father was a great salesman and a great teacher and an innovator, and my mom's father was also an entrepreneur and a great salesman, and my parents were both, they didn't just teach about entrepreneurship and business, they taught about caring about people, and I watched them contribute to the local schools and put more effort into doing things for the local schools and the community, and volunteering and church activities and theater activities and all this stuff. And I was basted in this rich sauce of both doing things that are meaningful to you, to me, but also doing things that were was contributing to society in a meaningful way. And that's the kind of thing that as a kid you kind of take for granted, right? But as the business has evolved and the idea of creating wealth I was working hard and trying different things. I mean, I was in the infomercial business. I'm sure there were many times that my dad, people were like, "What's your son doing now?" In the infomercial business. So, hey, look, Bertie. And then, of course, you get the great news that, what's your son doing now? Multi-level marketing. Look, squirrel! But it turns out that we're doing it differently, and we're doing it in a way that's meaningful and truly lives up to the phrase multi-level helping company instead of multi-level marketing. And the feedback that I always love that I get from my family, not just my dad, but everybody who gets involved, is they just can't believe the quality of the people that we're surrounded by. And I don't know if you've ever been to other multi-level marketing things or network marketing events, but you can sort of feel like you need to take a shower after you get done. Like you're just like, I don't know, something was icky about that. I felt like everybody had their hand on my wallet, or they wanted something from me. And look, there's nothing wrong with business. There's nothing wrong with salesmanship. But what you have done, what you do, what we do as Team Beachbody, and staying on these rails of people helping people, and everyone matters, is really special. And I try to beat the drum, we try to keep the message of the importance of not selling, but helping, as being the primary theme to what we do. So that anybody, not even a person who has no desire, is completely paranoid about the prospect of selling, if instead they go into their heart, they sort of unlock that box that has been sort of hardened by the corporate world and their cubicle, and do things this way, it's all about the bottom line, and instead, one morning they wake up and they go, you know what, I'm going to go about this business, people helping people, in just that little bit of a different way, where I'm going to listen to them a little bit more intently. And when I ask them, how are you today, I'm going to listen to what they say, not just get to the next question, not just get to the job of making money. And when people start to do that, when you as a coach start to approach it that way, the whole thing will begin to make sense to you. And it's very difficult, particularly for new coaches, to go into the business and you see people having incredible success and superstar diamonds and their $1,000 checks per week, and that's the thing that you want, and that's the thing you viscerally can understand. But it's not until you realize that that is a consequence of this other thing, of this other activity. And the thing that keeps you going, the persistence will come from caring about people. Definitely have to have a strong why. You definitely have to have a strong desire to achieve something for yourself, and that's totally cool. For some people it can be pay the mortgage off, some people can be get their spouse home from a job that they don't like, or get yourself out of a job that you don't like. But if all that is a consequence, if those whys are a consequence of you truly helping somebody, then we're doing something meaningful. And I don't want to trump whatever this cool video says, but what I'm most proud of as CEO of this thing, look, I didn't get into the business thinking, I'm going to start a business that's going to do $1 billion a year. Its intent is going to be to help people. It took us a couple of years. We were just selling some VHS videos, great abs guaranteed, thin thighs guaranteed. It's going to be fantastic. And then, created Power 90, and the business began to evolve. We started to get feedback from the customers, and it felt better as an executive. It felt better to create products that really helped people and get the feedback on message boards and through social media that it was really helping people. And I would meet people at events, and or people would come to the office and they'd be like, I lost 50 pounds thanks to you. I'm like, well, what did I do? I created a video. That's what I do. You did the work. But yeah, we're doing something really special. So the company, the decisions, we just kept making the decision that we'd go that direction versus the direction of how can we make the most money. And that distinction is probably what I'm most proud of, because right now we're at about 1,000 employees. Obviously we're right around 400,000 coaches. But to have 1,000 employees hiring maybe 20 or 30 new employees a week right now. And to be doing that and to have a culture and to be able to cascade this culture of you need to make a decision, you need to make your judgments that are in line with the corporate mission now of help people achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. As we add people as coaches, as we add people to the employee roster, and that's what they represent, imagine how much more powerful and more positive this business will even become. I mean, what you're a part of, and the fact that you're in this room and like you're way over there and you can barely see, and way over there and you can barely see, but you're sitting here and you showed up and you sat through that video and you're going to try this new shake, and that you were a part of something that can generate incredible wealth for you. But as a part of this network, and I mean this in the sense of a network effect, not necessarily a network marketing business, but as a part of this network, you're like a pulse. You're part of this pulse, which can actually make a dramatic impact on the health of this country. Here's what I like to say. And in fact, this was kind of like my epiphany over vacation. I was thinking about what we do and what is the opportunity. I mean, we did 1.3, almost $1.4 billion in sales last year. Never in my career did I think that would be possible, that I could create a company that would get to that. But the other side of it is, it's just getting started. Like, it's not a success yet. The success is going to be when we truly make a dent in the trend of obesity. When people who get started with us, they don't, we can be really good at selling stuff, and I'm sure, most of the people in this room are really good at getting a couple of people to try the shake and to try 21 Day Fix, to try Master's Hammer and Chisel or Insanity or 225 or whatever. But it's the people who manage to help people really complete it, and the people who manage to, after they complete it, to stay with it so that they maintain the weight loss. Doesn't mean that we're all shooting for hard bodies. It's going to be sort of up and down like this. But if we're the people that can hold people accountable to that, then we have changed the entire model. That now we're out of this annual January 1st New Year's resolution thing. I think we started to do that with the year-end resolution when we said, you know what? Imagine if we got hundreds of thousands of people that for October, November, and December, instead of adding those 5 to 10 pounds that we do, which is statistically proven that the average weight gain is somewhere between 5 and 10 pounds in the last 3 months of the year. Imagine if we just helped people stay here and maybe even lose some weight. So instead of a New Year's resolution, it's a year-end resolution. That will effectively, for that group of people, end their trend of obesity, because the weight loss happens at the end of the year. And then you try to work it off, and you get all disciplined all year, and spring break comes, and here comes the summer, and I want to be able to wear a bathing suit, so you keep it together, less sugar. I don't want to have that piece of bread, thank you, no more bread rolls. Let's get out of the Olive Garden. I can't handle it, they keep bringing it. Let's go over to that Mexican place. Oh, no more chips. So you just try to keep it together, and then September comes, and you start to layer, and then Halloween. Oh, I can't do that much. That's just an M&M. How bad can that be? That handful of them. And then Thanksgiving is coming, and it's a family. You've got to celebrate family, so of course I'm going to have 4 helpings of that. And it just goes, and there's parties, and the whole thing happens, and you find yourself, you're like, it's all gone. All that work I did all year, and you have to resolve again. But instead, if we can be the people that institutionalize this concept of helping people stay consistent all year long so that they don't put it all back on at the end of the year, here's what happens. Couple things. First off, the people who are in charge of this behavioral change have a piece of the action. That's you. That's me. That's us. So instead of it being some big conglomerate, some company that runs a big gym business or sells equipment, making all the money when they have a successful breakthrough, the people who are making money in this case are the people who are actually having the behavior change. That's the breakthrough. So if we can get everybody, if we can remind each other, hold each other accountable, so that throughout the year, again, there's going to be ups and downs, but if we can end the year a little bit better than we started it, that's why this idea of being a 365er is such a big deal. I don't want people on Shakeology for a month. I don't want them on it for 3 months. I don't care about that. I don't care about selling challenge packs with people who come in and they're out in 6 weeks. I just don't want it. I don't care about it. What I want is people who come in and stay on it. Doesn't mean they have to drink it every day, a few times a week, maybe a half a scoop every day. Whatever will work, they'll start to demonstrate better behavior to the kids. The kids learn these behaviors by what you do. They don't learn by what you say, and they're certainly not getting this message in school about how to eat and how to portion control. The school's just trying to keep their budget together, so they're putting whatever slop on the plate that they can possibly afford. So it's our job to show them. So when we keep it together, the people in this room, when you leave here and you manage to keep it together for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months, and you start to attract people to do that with you, so that we're going to need to blow that wall out. It's going to be double this next year, which is totally possible. Then we've created something that is so mind-blowingly bigger than $1.3 billion a year. We're talking about 20, 30, 40, $50 billion a year that you and I are going to split 50-50. And on top of that, we're not even going to worry about the wealth creation anymore, because what we're going to really care about is the impact on the relationships that we have around us, that people are feeling better about themselves. And when they're feeling better about themselves, everything is going to be better. They're going to be less critical of other people. They're going to try to drag people down less. Just in general, people are going to be kinder when they're already being kinder to themselves. What an outrageous outcome to a silly little idea to create an infomercial company that sell a VHS video tape. It's unbelievable. But you know, as mind-blowing as that is, it's happened in stages. And what I want to say to you right now, what this year means, this concept of stronger every day, is absolutely perfectly put, because it is not stronger, as strong as I can be all at once. It is not millionaire all at once. It's stronger every day, just a little bit more. And I failed that day. Or I ate a little bit too much, or I had that extra piece. I just went for it, my emotions took it. That's gonna happen. So I'm gonna be stronger tomorrow, stronger the next day. And then you put that together for a month, and the whole thing changes. The whole model changes. Do I have to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a little thing. Okay. So I kind of am talking too much anyway. The bottom line is, look, we are going to get stronger. See, that was the signal I used. We are going to get stronger every day. And we're going to do it together, and it doesn't mean we're going to be perfect. But it does mean that we're going to try. And we're going to try to drink the shake, and we're going to try to do it loud, share it on social media so that people can see that we're the crazy ones that don't give up, that we're the crazy ones that believe in this, that we're the ones that can go out to lunch with all our friends, our co-workers, and we're going to actually eat sensibly rather than everything having to be total indulgence. You can have it both ways. You can enjoy your life without overindulging. We're going to be the ones at Super Bowl Sunday who manage to keep it together. We're going to be the ones when it comes to spring break that we're not starting in time for spring break. We've got some consistency going. We've already maintained and we have a plan. We're going to be the ones to do that, and then we're going to pass that on. We're going to inspire other people with this. What we get to do is an honor and a privilege, and I can't believe I get to stand up here and accept awards or accolades, and I really just feel like, oh my God, I should be the one thanking each one of you, and the fact that I get to take a photo with you is actually a privilege for me. So What I hope you do with this year, and I hope continues with this business, is that you really understand that yes, it's going to go up and down. You're going to be up in rank, you're going to be down in rank. But I hope every day you really keep this message of stronger every day, and you keep it to heart, and you just keep doing it. There will be times, whether you get sick, or you get tired of it, or you're frustrated by the business. That is the business. That's the business of change. And the business of change requires breaking down muscle, or breaking down habits that get in the way of your productivity. And that's how you're going to get stronger every day. So thank you for coming. Thank you for having me. Two more things before I bring another special guest up. One is that upward bound house check is really meaningful. That's $6,600, which means that an entire family is going to be currently, right now, there's a homeless family somewhere between Los Angeles and New York. A homeless family, probably with 2 kids, has now just been funded to get off the street for a year. That's you. And here's the good news. We are still giving through Monday morning. So, anybody here in the Masters Challenge with us? Okay, good. There are still hands that can go up. So get yourself a Masters Hammer and Chisel. We're giving $5 to Upward Bound House for every Masters Hammer and Chisel that we sell, and an additional $5 if you're also a member of Beachbody On Demand, so that you can access the programs within a day or two. So there's still time to get involved in that, and if you can get the word out there, we're helping a lot of homeless families. I think we're up to about 110 or 115. I'm hoping that by Monday we'll be at about 125 families affected, so that's pretty special. Now, what makes all this possible is awesome people and awesome leaders. So, Blondie, would you please? Yes. So, quite spectacular. I've coached since January 2014, am I correct? Okay, 2 years of coach, recruited 222 personally sponsored coaches, 25 lifetime diamonds, superstar diamond. Now, Autumn and I were trying to do the math in the car, and I think that's like adding a coach, 3 coaches a week. Is that what we said? Or?
That's what we said.
Yeah, something like that. Like, it's outrageous. 24, carry the 2, something like that. You just added a lot, and it's quite fantastic and amazing when somebody steps up and shows what can be done. Everybody in this room has the same potential and the same capability to hustle the way Bonnie has hustled. But you made it happen, and you're celebrated for that for an entire year, that's for sure. We get to celebrate it in Bora Bora, and here's your ticket, is it? There's a little loser. And congratulations, top 5. You're number 5, right? Congratulations. Do you want to say anything more? Well, you're top 5. Bonnie Engel, top 5. Well done. Okay. So in the interest of time, I'm actually going to go ahead to the person that we really came to see. And honestly, I do want to apologize because the way they split up the photos, I think you have to do a drawing, and some people get me and some people get her. And this is, they get Autumn and they're like, yeah! And they get me and they're like, ah. All right, I'll stand in line for that. So we'll try to do it, make it fun, I'll smile. But really, a person who's having an incredible impact on lives and has created some products that are literally, you think that the company has done all it can and come up with the greatest concepts that it can come up with, and then all of a sudden there's a breakthrough that completely changes the game. And that's what happened with 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, Fix 8, and now Masters Hammer and Chisel. Ladies and gentlemen, Autumn Calhoun.